Anyways.
I'm not deciding someone's fate. I'm taking the decision of a god and have to decide if I'm going to follow it or not.
That sounds like you're just shoving the blame onto someone else when you are the one that holds the blade.
No, I have the decision, but I have to stand behind it. If you're not certain of what to do, don't do it. Because in the end, it's your consciousness depending on it.
The thing about interactions with beings beyond my comprehension, our comprehension, is that most of the time you don't have a choice, Gareth.
You can always choose to say no and die.
Only you would see that as a choice.
And I do.
You make these words of saying no to fellow gods and dying. You heard no tales, have you? You're not from the twins. You don't get to say yes or no. You do it. Because they control you. That is what marks fellow gods.
Then what's problem?
I wonder if you're so willing to follow the word of honor this deal for fellow god, yet you know nothing of the man you're hunting. You have some implication and assumption by which this being has given unto you, which you have, honestly, in my opinion, no means of confirming.
Preston, if I'm not 100% certain that this person we are supposed to be quote-unquote hunting is actually behind this, I will not stand for hurting him.
There's never 100% for anything.
There was 100% when another noble person summoned the devil and killed you, so, you know.
Depends.
There isn't 100%, but there is my 100%. And if I'm not 100% behind it, I'm not gonna...
Talk is cheap. I have no confirmation on any of you. I've only but met you a few days ago.
Yeah, we met like a few weeks ago, and they saved my life and I saved theirs. And believe me, I'm on the same side as you, but Mira
Yet
is
here you are.
Yeah, because I want
A prime
to
example of why I consider talk as cheap. You say you're on my side. You say you've been where I've been, and yet here you are making the counter argument. So that means, have you truly been where I've been, to my extreme?
I'm not saying I've been where you've been. I'm saying I don't want to be an adventurer here either. But someone's got to do something.
The motto of adventurers of all time. He's like walking around his gallery at this point, just examining the sword pieces.
We are no zealous fanatics. The only reason we accepted this bargain in the first place is, if I'm honest, the reward. And the promise of assistance. Could you repeat that, Crash?
You just said, as you're going, self-serving.
Yes, I am self-serving. It is my nature to be. But I am not so self-serving that I disregard family, and These people, they are my family, and for them, there's nothing I wouldn't do.
More talk.
Yes, more talk.
Look.
Which will be followed. Big cares before you speak. Words are not going to make a difference. Preston has made that clear. So we have a simple choice. How do we prove to him that we are? What's the word? That we live up to what our promises.
Honor bound?
That's the word. Thank you, gentlemen.
Why does it even matter right now if we like do this? It's not like he's gonna finish the damn thing in a day, but Mira has maybe only a day. Like,
That is exactly the problem.
yeah, so let's just leave and get this shit over.
Are you so confident as to conquer a quarantine town in but less than a day?
Yes.
More talk, indeed.
Let me ask you instead, Preston. What can we do to assuage your fears?
I want to know that I am not handing people that are already killers more weapons. I made that oath when I started my craft, that they will be put into right hands. That's why I do not help the Seekers, why I do not help the Slayers, for they're fools. More so now than ever.
I take out my Garnet of Request.
What is that?
A way for me to show you that we are not mindless killers.
What is it exactly, though?
With it, I can show you my memories.
Your memories.
Yes, my memories.
Takes a step slightly back. I mean, no offense to you, Mr. Magnus. But if you are around my expectations, I do not wish to experience your memories.
I put the gem back. All I'm saying is I have concrete proof if you're willing to view it.
I can vouch for him. Dana remarks. Of course you can. Ask me anything about him. About his honor. I can give you as many true accounts as you request.
The honest truth is, Preston, for I can only speak for myself, I am cruel, I am vindictive, and I am vicious. But I am not mindless. I never strike without being struck. When I wield a blade, I do so in defense of those I care about. Mira vouched for us. We are her only chance at this point. You might not, but our words may not have much weight, but hers should.
Like, bends and bows a bit inwardly, sort of cringes. How cruel to use the word of someone who can't be here to confirm it. In
Like I
such
said,
effective manner.
I am vicious, and I make no excuses for that. It is who I am. But I have the capacity for kindness too. The reason I am vicious is because I had to be. If I was not vicious, I could never get my nephew out of a life forced on him by a crime syndicate mother.
He is regarding you this whole time as you give this loose synopsis. You can tell he has a lot of questions to ask about each particular detail. Saving your nephew from a crime or a life forced upon him by a crime syndicate mother. There's a lot of things that he would like to question, but he doesn't. Perhaps you're lying to me. Perhaps you're foolishly forthright. He moves to say something and stops himself.
If it's any consolation, whether or not you do this, it does not change our course of action. We will pursue this disease. We will attempt to get rid of it, and we will attempt to ensure that Mira does not suffer, that she survives, that she lives well by her own choices.
He's still strolling, pacing around the room as this entire conversation goes.
I can only tell you my intentions. Whether or not you believe them is up to you.
Just thinking while walking. And he stops again in front of that one piece he was in front of her, this crossblade sort of thing. Elven design. He just stops and looks at it. Answer me this truthfully.
Anything.
At what point does some threat warrant immediate extermination? Immediate death? At what point do you all consider that something is past saving? Past reasoning?
The moment it strikes upon those I care about with lethal intent.
Only those that you care about, though.
Yes.
What of others?
This is where we come in. It's not that one of us decides, we just go along with it. Aldrich has a healthier survival instinct than me, so...
Then answer your question. Answer the question with your own answer. At what point?
If it has a consciousness, and I'm still alive, and they aren't stopping me, then there is no point. We're just, all different sides of extremes. We have to balance.
I don't understand what you mean, Karis.
If they are conscious and I am still alive to help them see their wrongdoings or understand why they're doing it, I wouldn't strike them. Or strike them, I guess.
So what you're saying is, for you, death is the last answer.
Exactly. But sometimes that isn't right as well. So
He looks at you, Chetamir, and of you.
I am here to protect people that cannot protect themselves. Mira is in a situation where they can't protect themselves, so I will protect them, or attempt to.
A blanket statement.
But true and honest. I cannot recall the number of times I have pushed myself to the point where I should have honestly died, but I didn't, just to help someone.
He looks at you, Seema. And you? Where do you draw the line? When does a being stop being allowed to live for you?
You cut off at when does a being?
When does a being stop being allowed to live for you?
When it is immediately threatening the life of an innocent.
And how do you decide innocence?
I suppose innocence isn't the right word, but when it is unjustifiably threatening the life of something else. And justifiable would be not in self-defense, out of the joy of simply hurting another thing, out of this
What
need
if
to
something
torture.
were to fight, not out of self-defense, but neither out of joy of killing? Necessity, one would say.
I come from a family of warriors, and sometimes you fight someone just because they're on the opposite side. I'm still myself trying to decide whether that always is justified.
He's continuing to stroll around the room at this point. He's at the side door that leads out, where Marshall's, still or at this point, he's probably done prepping, so he's just waiting. He stops in front of the door and grabs the doorknob. Militides!
Yes, Master Person. Are you ready to proceed?
He shakes his head. But one question that I've laid upon your entire group, and it seems that you are the most important one, as I am crafting your weapon. Answer me this truthfully and genuinely. At what point is a being past saving? At what point do you just immediately try to kill it?
I would assume they're past saving when they stop moving, but I don't believe that is what you are asking.
Past saving morally. Past reasoning them, attempting to at least reason them away from their actions.
I see. Master, I know enough to know, but I do not know the answer to that question.
A truthful and genuine answer, indeed. Come back inside, Militides.
As you wish.
So you come back in, and
To reiterate, so that you do not take my words outside of their context, I meant them. Only if someone comes at a member of those I care about with lethal intent do they deserve to die. If they strike at anyone else or anyone not coming at those I care about, I have no beef with. I have no intentions towards. Whether they live or die is insignificant to me. That is what I meant.
apathetic of you.
Yes.
Well, sure, you come back inside, close the door. He's standing once more in front of this crossbowed mantelpiece. He turns around on his heel after looking away. They're turning to look away from it and at all of you guys. I will be perfectly truthful and genuine. I am still not 100%, 30% even. I'm more like 1%. Certain that you all are, as, how to say, good-willed, I suppose, as you all say you are. He looks at you, Aldrich. That being said, the word of my trusted friend, and he looks at Marshall, and the seeming, and he looks from Marshall at you, Karis, knowing of limits amongst all of you, gives that 1%. I will make your weapons. I pray to the gods, true gods above, that they will be used rightly. But I suppose at the end of the day, when the smith lets his weapons go, that is all there is to it. On the matter of your fell bargain, I would of course advise you against such. But from the sounds of it, can't be helped.
Can I just insight check him real quick to be like, oh hey, he's gonna sell us out the second we leave?
Roll insight.
Yeah.
Your Velasca showing.
I think that's common sense showing. It's just like, this fucker done.
You say that, but at the same time, Chenmere is like as socially
Can I
adept
join
as
on
like a
that?
brick. So
Yeah.
Crash, can I join in on that?
yeah, you can do a separate roll on it.
Yeah. Sorry, I rolled before you said. You know what?
Yeah, you know what? Yeah. He seems 100% genuine on the fact that he doesn't trust you. He might be more than 1%. I think he might be exaggerating on that account.
To drive a point.
To drive a point.
I
But
don't need him to trust me. I
Not
just
to
need him
sell
to
you
fuck us
out if
over.
that's what you're wondering.
Yeah.
He is genuinely concerned that the weapons, the great weapons, as great as they are, he will produce for you all, will be misused.
Ah, well, perfect.
But your testimonies have given enough weight with him.
Okay. Reassuring enough.
I'll make your weapons. If nothing else, may this be my silver lining in this dark situation. He looks at you, Marshall. Save my friend.
Give him a nod.
And I suppose you clearing the town of Dovros, seeking out news. I suppose the ends shall justify the means. No darker words shall ever be said.
On that note, we need to save as much daylight as possible.
I'll begin
need any of
crafting
us-
your implements and point at those of you that requested stuff of him, Chetamere, Cares, and Aldrich. Immediately, if the materials are there. As for yours, Militides, I'll wait for you to come back. Imagine you want your own touch on things.
Of course.
Those of you requesting stuff, type in chat what you're requesting. The Discord chat.
Oh, Discord.
Which chat?
The item itself is, as well as the material that you prefer or are providing. In your case, Aldrich, I think it might be. This is me asking you as a GM, like what you want, as opposed to what you got.
Okay.
Like I know you want like a light book and stuff, but if there's anything like in particular you want to make it out of ironwood or dark steel, like all this different stuff, like yeah. Or if there's something in particular you're hoping. I'm not saying like a mechanical thing, but like an aspect you want the buckler to have other than being light. Like into the narrative, what Aldrich might be hoping for it, then yeah.
Out of game, Preston's such a drama.
Which chat is that again, Crash?
Just a general chat. General Discord chat.
Taryn, do you want anything? We have enough dark.
Not
No, we
really.
don't. We have like
Depending on the
exactly
item.
enough for what we want.
You have exactly enough for what you want, and if he fucks up the crafting, it's gone.
Taryn, never mind.
God, it took me 8 years to unmute myself. But yeah, no, also I feel like the only thing that at this point that Simo would want is like a magic weapon of some sort, which I'd
Oh, huh. If only we had some sort of magic
Hey, if
weapon.
only
Yeah,
we
guys.
had some sort of magic sword thing. I don't know.
Oh man, if only
only-
we had like a really cool sword that could like,
If only we had a magic weapon.
Also,
where are we gonna get one of those?
I know he won't have just like a scabbard lying around because you don't make a weapon and you don't make just a scabbard without a weapon. But like, does he?
But does he?
But does he? It's like, could he?
No, he
make
does not.
a chance? Yeah. Because like I realized it's like, oh right, this sword that we have, I'm literally just carrying it around because, shit.
I mean, if
So-
you want a magic weapon, Seema, I have a thing.
You have a what?
I have a short sword of warning. It woke us up when the people attacked us.
That's not like the type of magic that I'm looking for.
All right, Queen. I'm sorry.
One beautiful great axe. Made of beauty itself,
One great ass
crafted with
axe.
grace.
Okay, but like, there is a god of beauty, right?
Alicia?
What if we use
Alicia?
their
Yeah.
blood?
I mean, Alicia wouldn't ever give anything that allows the production of weapons. Because she's a pacifist god.
What about jewelry?
What are we gonna use the jewelry for?
Why would you need blood for making
to look
jewelry?
pretty and make people fall in love with me.
That's right.
She's not about that either.
I just want people
Magically make people fall in love with you, or just like
I want everyone to fall in love with me.
Yeah, she's definitely against that.
Everyone.
So, what are you guys doing now then? Now that you guys leave Preston's abode.
Go to the Seekers and see that our girl isn't getting executed and maybe get her walk.
You're
with
going all the
us.
way to the spire.
Yes.
No.
Should we just
That's
like go to the town hall
literally
to that
illegal.
guy?
So I will tell you that right now. When
No.
the border is closed, you aren't allowed towards the border without an escort. So if you just walk there, you getting shot down.
Can we go to the mayoral place where we met the guy that assigned Mira as a liaison?
Well,
Yeah,
yeah, that's what I was thinking.
where
We
Connor's
could go
at.
to where-
Yeah.
Yeah, where we first were allowed housing, and then talk to who's ever in charge there. Say that we have a
Immediately.
The
lead
housing
and
that
see
you
if we
guys
can make-
haven't used suspiciously, yes.
Yes, exactly.
You were out of
And
town.
then-
didn't you?
and then see if we can leverage what we know
Mira's
to
efforts
sort of
put to waste.
to see if we can leverage what we know into some sort of at least buying more time for Mira while we sort this shit out.
Okay.
Listen, if things go to worst, we can just put ourselves in blame and then run.
No.
yeah,
Yes.
not a fan
Yes.
of that.
Draconic, you'll literally get the entire party killed. Veto no. You can blame
I'll put
yourself.
down with you
That's
on that.
fine. They'll kill you. That's fine. Don't take the rest of us with you. I am attached to
Wow.
my fucking character.
Wow. That's rude, first of all.
I'm
very
sorry
sad.
that I'm not as suicidal as you.
So, you guys come out. Your cart having lost a considerable amount of weight